Hey guys, this is Odd One Gaming. This is going to be another King Arthur Legends Rise video. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about a piece of content that I have not done a video in quite a while. I think it's been 2 or 3 months, and the one that I'm talking about is going to be the Plane of Beasts. Right, so the reason why I wanted to make a video on it is because recently there's been some interesting events going on right now. So at least at the time of this recording, we have that specific fun event of Clarice mission event where you have to do a specific dungeon, Arceus, with using Clarison. Then we had the same thing with using Iwerit for Iskall Heights. So it kind of, gives you a reason to build some other people to get some good rewards. And that's one of the reasons why I had to go back to actually farm the Plane of Beasts. Because you rarely farm this one, as most of the time in this game, if you build a core team of of 4 to 10 people max, you're pretty much covered for most areas of the game. But because we had that, I had to work on this. So I came up with a fun team, right? I just built some, based on whatever I had on my account, I made a team that pretty much one-shot the boss, right? Obviously after you break the barrier, but it's like a 13-second run, and it's just a thing of beauty. So I said, you know what, let me just share it with you guys. Now, before I jump into that, just want to mention, as always, there's a link in the description and pinned comment of this video that you can click and you can support me as a content creator. By doing that, you're going to be able to get coupons back from what Netmarble gives me for doing special videos for them, and those coupons usually contain summons, stamina, and gold. So it's pretty good. It costs you guys nothing to just support me as a content creator, and it helps me a ton. And it's kind of like, you help me, I help you by giving back some coupons. So don't forget about that link. But let's look at the team that I'm talking about, and it might be pretty obvious, it might be pretty straightforward, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna have this on the thumbnail, but maybe have this here on the thumbnail. But I'm using this team over here, right? So Bedivere in the lead, which honestly, I don't really need him, right? It's like he doesn't do anything. He doesn't get a turn. He's just there in the lead to get that extra attack, right? I could maybe even to give, the extra critical damage. I guess I could also use anybody else. Like, for example, you know what? Let's just try it just for the sake of testing. Let's just put her in the lead, right? Kay in the lead, and then whoever else I can bring in here. Honestly, I can bring anybody, even if they do not get a turn, because I pretty much don't need them to get a turn. That's kind of the reality of this one. Let me see. Is he extremely slow? Because I need somebody that, yep, extremely slow, pretty much no gear. But the way that this one works, and honestly it works with the Flame Relic as well, is we land the defense penalties, we do the first hit with Tristan, then Kay gets a turn, and then once that shield is off, Tristan pretty much explodes the boss. So first of all, I'm going to show you the way that it goes with my Storm Relic, Morgan, right? But I guess it's going to work with the Flame one. And you know what? I think I'm just going to show with the Flame one, because look at this. That's it. Boss is dead. Just Tristan, just like boom, boom, goodbye, Plane of Beasts. Easy clap. So that's 43 seconds. If we split that by 3, right, because it counts as 3 times speed, that's a 14-second run, right? That's insane. And you know what? It's extremely free-to-play friendly, right? You know what? Let's just do it for the sake of showing that it's free-to-play friendly. We're going to use what's her name, Morrigan. Actually, let me get her in the right build, because she needs to be in the right build. That was my arena one. Let's just show it with the Flame one, right? Everybody has access to the Flame one. All the other relics are the same, so it should work the same. I think let me see, am I using the right skill? Am I gonna do it, or the boss? Okay, so this one might be a little bit slower because the boss gets an extra turn, but it's still gonna be the same principle, right? Just watch this, she gets a turn, and then he goes and boom, boom, easy clap, right? So it's either going to be a 13 or 14-second run, or it's going to be a 20-second run. But you still one-shot this boss just like that with Tristan. It's like, you know what? You're not going to farm this dungeon day and night. But if you do have to do it for the sake of some of the events, you want to do it fast and you want to have a team that can do it quick. Well, I'm not sure if there's anything they can do it faster than this, because, well, you still have to take that the barrier down, and I don't think there's anybody better than actually Tristan, with fast animations as well, that can do it better. So I guess let's jump in so I can show you pretty much the preset that I have for this team, right? So you can see exactly how this one goes. But okay, let's stop it. You know what? Let me just try something. Let me just, instead of using the third skill, let me use the second skill for Morgan and see how that one goes. This one should pretty much work the same way. I'm just curious if with her second skill, is that one single defense penalty and damage taken increase enough to one-shot the boss or not? Let's just see. Boom, boom. Yeah, it's still the same, right? Still the same. Is quick. The boss doesn't get a turn. And job done, right? Speed far. There's nothing faster you can get, there's nothing faster that you can do than this. Oh yeah, the reason I went back in there was not to kill the poor boar again, but I wanted to go and show you exactly the skill order. So Kay only does the first skill, right? She's perfect because she does a 5-hitter and she also boosts the attack gauge of all stag allies, which Tristan is, so that's going to be helpful. Bodwin, obviously, he's just a placeholder, just a random 4th hero in there, which you saw. You don't need somebody else. You want maybe somebody on level because you don't want them to get a turn, right? You want to make it as fast as possible. So you could even use 3 people if you just don't mind always saying like, yes, I know I have 3 people. Then with Morgan, like I showed, you can use 2nd skill, 3rd skill, or you can just bring her Storm and use the 2nd one. Whichever one works for you, that's what you're going to do. And then for Tristan, obviously, he's going to be doing this 3rd skill that destroys the boss. Pretty much, this is why it's so good. So first it hits 3 times, damage scales off of attack and attack speed. But then the first hit has a 100% chance to land attack speed decrease, which is really good. But also, when there's protection, he deals 3 more attacks. And apart from this damage, he also has some from the passive, which I'm going to show you. But you see, skill order is pretty straightforward. Now, let's have a look at the builds, right? Because the builds are going to be a little bit important. And one key thing that I noticed is the rotation, at least. Obviously, you're going to want to have Morgan to be the fastest, right? She's in Vigor plus Accuracy for me, 253 attack speed, and then pretty high effect accuracy. She's fully skilled up, doesn't really matter, right? Morgan, you just want her to land 1 defense decrease and 1 damage taken increase, and you're good to go. Nothing else really matters for her. Then if you look at Kay is just, again, random build. Honestly, I don't really care about what I have on Kay, right? The only thing that Kay needs to do is she needs to get a turn in order to do her first skill, right? Like I mentioned, her first skill hits 5 times, but then if we look at her passive, this one, when attacking, 100% chance to grant attack increase to all stag allies, stag favors allies, which again, this is massive, puts the attack increase 2, which makes Tristan hit a lot harder, but also charges the attack gauge by 20%, which kind of allows Tristan to get that extra turn alongside his own attack gauge boost to just destroy the boss, right? Her build doesn't really matter. Just have this sort of a speed around like 160 at least, and you should be good to go. Again, bot, we're not even gonna look, but I guess let's look at the MVP. Let's look at the main event, Tristan, to see how he's built. Now, I'm gonna tell you from now, he's not the best build on my account, right? He's pretty much, I just looked at my crit rate stuff so I can get him close to 100% crit rate, so he just guarantees to give that critical. So, I have consistency on the run, and he's pretty much, let's start with the passives, I guess, first. So the first passive, this is what makes him insane, like he does a million hits. So when attacking, attacks the target 4 times, total damage 232% attack. If the target has protection, 100% chance to gain critical damage increase. Again, another thing that gives him a damage boost, because he gets that first turn, he puts that crit damage increase, plus that attack increase from K, and just, gets insanity of damage. But look at this damage that he does. This is just from the passive. Then this one as well, when attacking, if the target has protection, 100% chance to reduce all of this hero's passive cooldowns by 6 turns, which means he's gonna do this hit, 6 from the main one, 4 from this passive on the first go, then he procs this passive, right, because there's protection, he decreases that cooldown, and then he does this one again. So that's why he just obliterates the poor boar. And then his third skill as well, when attacking, 100% chance to charge attack gauge by 60%, right? That's why he gets a turn. This 60% with the 20% from K, it's 80%. Then he also gains attack speed increase 1, which again boosts his damage because his damage scales off of attack and attack speed. And then 100% chance to inflict bladed gust on the target for the rest of the battle. This one just doesn't affect much. They lower their effect resist and critical strike resist, so it doesn't really matter. But the other spot, everything from his kit works in such a way that allows Tristan to be he's the king, right? He's the king of Plane of Beasts. He just destroys the poor boar, and I don't think there's anybody better than him at doing it because of not necessarily just the damage output, but because of the amount of hits that he actually can do. It's just, it's just a thing of beauty. You even see that I do have the Relic Ascended and level 16, but I have no skill ups, right? Imagine if I did the skill ups, I would have so much more damage, right? Would have so much more damage. I think I need to eventually skill him up and play with him in some other areas, because he has some insane single target damage Tristan does, right? Like, I really loved him at the beginning. Pushing accounts, totally worth investing in. He just fell off as you go through because of people like Bedivere, Iweret, Cormac Frost and stuff like that. But overall, I'm happy that I still have a spot in the game for him. Obviously, I got some more copies of him. He was my first legendary pulled, so I do have him C4, which gives him a little bit of that extra boost in damages. But you know what? I think even without the C4, it's still gonna work. Maybe you might just need C1, which shouldn't be that hard to do. And you're just gonna destroy the poor plane of beasts. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Penveid 10, extremely fast, one-shotting it pretty much, what, 13 seconds. That's my team. I hope you enjoyed it, right? If you enjoyed the video, guys, please consider liking it, subscribing to the channel to see when I upload next. Again, don't forget about the what's it called, the link in the description and pinned comment of the video, where you can support me as a content creator to help me a ton, but you know, for free, and also getting yourself some coupons every month. And yeah, we're gonna see each other in the next one. Peace, love, take care, run. Bye, guys.
Fight with honor. Vanquish the wicked, and you may prove worthy of your legacy.